Welcome back. This is By the Book, and we are married relationship coaches. I'm Sent.
I'm Sil.
And today we're talking about Love is Blind, Season 6, episodes, I don't know, 11, 12, 13. I don't know. The last installment before the finale. So let's see if we can cover everybody real quick in just this one video. I don't have a lot to say about everybody, although like the drama, I feel like it's like pinpointed drama. So I think we can cover that and y'all let's have a chat about it. First thing that pops out in my mind is Jeremy, Laura, Sarah Ann, and of course my favorite interjector, that is AD, and her conversation that she had with Sarah Ann. So I want to get you guys' opinion about that whole scenario, plus whether or not you think AD was out of line for the way that she addressed Sarah Ann. First and foremost, Jeremy is the worst liar I've ever seen. This whole, he pinged his location and then lied about where he was. Like, who does? That was like a politician lie. Like, one that can easily be proven. It was wild to me. But I don't know. It was embarrassing. I think that he had gotten thrown off from the beginning when, with the whole bean dip situation. I think he was so embarrassed and humiliated and maybe scared of Clay in that scenario that it just threw him off of Laura entirely.
Okay.
That's just what I think.
Well, I think if I can give you my best Cat Williams voice, liars lie. I don't know why they do.
If y'all need him to never do that again, go ahead and drop that in the comments. Because I need him to not do that.
But yeah, he's just a walking mess. She was upset. She had the right to be upset. I do think she tarried with it a little too long, though. I think she was really trying to punish him because she was upset. She was hurt.
You think she why do you say she carried it on too long? Was it because she didn't accept his flowers, or
no?
like what?
No. The whole conversation that they had at the get together, and when he was trying to talk to her, and she just
yeah. After everything had already happened.
Everything had happened.
You know what? And we talked about that a little bit, y'all. Like, I hate for women or men, I suppose, to find themselves in this predicament where they're really hurt, but they don't stand anything to gain from this conversation. Like, they may mask it as saying, I'm looking for closure or something, but there's no closure to be had. If somebody doesn't respect you and they've done you wrong, you don't really stand to gain anything by standing in their face and fussing at them and telling them how wrong they are.
True.
And then to add insult to injury in this situation, she was really in a bad spot because her nemesis, so to speak, was right there. So he could further dig in, which he did, and engage with Sarah Ann, just to make her feel even worse after having, tried to attack his character. And what were you going to get out of that? Make him apologize?
Yeah.
He had already apologized.
Yeah.
It was done. It was just done. I wish she hadn't have engaged him in any kind of conversation. And to be perfectly honest, if she felt uncomfortable when Sarah Ann showed up, I don't think there would have been any shame in her just leaving.
Exactly.
Who's there for her?
Exactly. But she was definitely not going to do that. And it's when people are hurt, they lash out and they want to hurt back. And that's exactly what she was doing. I knew what she was doing. I don't think Jeremy knew what she was doing.
I think he might have, but he was untouchable in a sense. Like, she couldn't, it was like she was stabbing him with a rubber knife. Like, it wasn't going to go in because she doesn't mean anything to him. So it's not a lot of damage that she can do, basically. So here comes AD to the rescue to do her bidding with Sarah Ann. I do like AD a lot. I like how she carries herself most of the time. I don't know if I think it was wholly appropriate for her to come as Sarah Ann like that. You guys let me know what you think. I mean, I guess people form really good friendships in these couple of weeks. I would go hard for my close friends that I've known for decades. Maybe in a scenario like that, maybe not so much in a situation where I've known you for a couple of weeks. I don't know. But she didn't let up. You know, Sarah Ann was trying to explain her perspective, that she thought that she was okay. And what she said, the text message that she sent to Jeremy, where she asked him if, you know, anything changes, I would love to get to know you, you know. So trying to test the water. It's like a heat check.
Yeah.
See if everything's going good with them. If it's not, maybe I can get my chance, type of thing. And although AD went hard for her girl, I think Laura, whether she meant it or not, she said the right thing. She may not like what Sarah Ann did. She may not respect it. But Sarah Ann, at the end of the day, was not her fiance and did not owe her what her fiance owed her.
True.
And so if I'm AD and I want to direct my vitriol towards someone, it's going to go toward Jeremy.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to hit it at the source. You know what I'm saying? I could care less about Sarah Ann. She could be trash, hussy, whatever you want to call her, house wrecker. At the end of the day, she did not owe Laura anything. But Jeremy did. And he crossed the line.
Yeah.
So that's where I stand with that.
I agree with you. But I do think sometimes people need to be called out, sometimes gently, sometimes not so gently. And I believe, as most of us, when we do things that are wrong, we rationalize it and then later justify it. And that's exactly what's her name, Sarah?
Sarah Ann.
Sarah Ann did. She definitely did that. And sometimes we need to be kind of shaken out of that, you know, and that's exactly what AD was doing. And now, get ready, AD, for whenever someone feels that you maybe need to get a little shaken, you know, so maybe you should be able to take it as well. And as long as you can take it, as long as you can dish it and take it and dish it, then you're okay.
Yeah.
You're all right.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose. I feel like Sarah Ann was just kind of uncouth with it. Honestly, she could have put her feelers out there without saying that last part about, you know, if things change, blah, blah, blah. Because that's the thing that really made her look worse than her just saying, hey, it was great to have this experience with you, you know, best of luck, blah, blah, blah. Because just reaching out to a man like that kind of lets him know, like, the men take signals that may not even be there. But I think that would have let him know plenty that she was open. And being in this process, we already know the odds were that they were going to come into contact with one another anyway. So she didn't even really have to send that message. She just had to be available to talk to him whenever. And she should have called an Uber and not let that man drive her home.
Both accounts are true, and you're absolutely right. When a woman reaches out to a man, we already know that where she's at. You know,
you don't even have to say, hey, by the way, the door is open.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't even necessary.
No. And one of the things that men do like to do, we like to do is to pursue. But even in that pursuit, we know what the end result is going to be, because she's digging me. I know she's digging me. I know she's feeling me because she approached me first, you know. And so when a man has to approach a woman first and try to feel her out and try, you know, is much better, I think, in the long run for the woman than the other way around.
Yeah, left it more so in his court.
Yeah.
So I'll move on to AD and Clay. You think they got a shot?
AD and Clay, no. No, I do not think they have a shot. I like AD, and at times I like Clay.
Yeah.
But he's too immature for marriage. He's not ready for marriage.
Trying. Do you have an issue with him being out of the house? You know how he says he has to be someplace early for work?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, spending nights away from the home, and it doesn't seem like he is playing in advance. It just seemed like it happens, and he has to spend the night or whatever. To me, the way they presented it, and so we need accountability in a marriage. We do. We have to hold each other accountable. We have to build trust and earn trust. It's never given, you know. And if you got so much blind faith to just go with whatever someone say, then my prayers are with you. I no. We have to evaluate a person on what they say and make sure it aligns with what they do.
So
And
you
that's
think
how
that
you
he's
build
just
trust.
talking a good game?
I think he
not...
means well.
Okay, I do too.
I don't sense any malice or ulterior motives right off the bat, but I do see someone who is just not ready for this level of commitment.
Yeah.
I see someone who is definitely ready to have some fun and may have a sense of, I need to settle down, you know, because I don't want to get old and be the old guy in the club chasing, you know, and so that could be some of it, but I don't see the attributes that should be there for marriage.
I think that you make a good point with him in the fun part. I feel like Clay is all in so long as the marriage is going good. I don't see him being able to stick out a tough patch, you know. And I think that's the thing. I think he will turn to cheating. I think it's already in his head. It's already somewhat acceptable. Is what he's seen. Unfortunately, he said his father took him on cheating excursions. Ridiculous, Dad. Like, I mean, come on. You shouldn't expose your child to something like that. And it's so disrespectful. And he's now, you know, grown up in this environment of disrespect to women. So I see him as one who, if the going gets tough, then he might just revert to what he's seen and probably what he's done in past relationships. So that's my concern for them. I do think that they will say yes at the altar. I think they will. Unless he really is more mature than I think he is, and he's able to say, I'm not ready for this. If he's able to, I don't think AD's going to say no.
No, I don't think
I think that he's going to probably say yes, but unless he really does some serious, like, introspective type work before he goes to the altar and is like, I got to get into counseling before I get married and make sure I've dealt with these issues, that's the only way I can see him saying no.
I think he may say no. I do. I think he may say no, but I know she's all in because just in how she, you know, talks about him and how handsome he is and all that stuff. Oh, she's head over heels. Yeah, she's in love with some Clay right about now, and so I don't see her saying no, but I think it is a possibility that he may say no. It's a possibility.
Well, we'll see. So,
who's next?
Chelsea and Jimmy. Let me just say one thing.
Do we have to talk about it?
We must. Let me just say one thing about Jess. I love her. Jess is a class act to me. Like, I know everybody sees her as like this grand seductress or whatever who comes in. She knows she's attractive or whatever, but she didn't do anything inappropriate. She didn't Sarah Ann this situation. She was positive with Jimmy. She was positive about Chelsea. You know, she was even kind of advising him about Chelsea, you know, in a positive way. I do think she wishes that she had been chosen, but she understands that she's not, and she stayed in her lane. And I can appreciate her for that. Jimmy probably is choking just a little bit to have seen her, because she is just very attractive. So now he's got to go ahead and bite the bullet with Chelsea, because I do like Jimmy. I feel like he's trying to, I didn't at first, but he's won me over. I feel like he's really trying to stick with his commitment to her.
He is.
And the thing is, when he put his foot down and said, like, I don't want to do this anymore, and Chelsea had to find some contrition in herself, you know, and apologize and ask him not to leave and admit that she was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, run, Jimmy. Like, please don't fall for this, because this is so classic. Like, first of all, it's been a cycle of abuse, basically.
Yes.
Of, like, either, I don't know, emotional abuse or psychological abuse that she's been subjecting him to. And then when he finally has had enough, she, like, sucks him in, straightens out her act. And I think, poor fool, I think Jimmy believes that, like, the situation may be over. And
What situation?
the situation of Chelsea's psychosis.
There's no way he thinks that.
I think he does. I think he does, because, well, at least from what they're showing us on, filming or whatever, she's not acting like that. They're going to make ice sculptures, and they're going to the amusement park. They're just having a blast out here. We're not seeing any more arguments. We're not seeing any more jealous behavior. Because why? Chelsea wants to get to the altar for the second time, and she wants to make it stick. But as soon as she gets the I do's done, I feel like she's going to revert back to her behavior. That insecurity hasn't gone away.
No.
That psychosis hasn't gone away. None of that is gone. She just knows that this is what makes me think she's even more manipulative than I thought she was at the beginning. Because now she knows when to turn it on and when to turn it off. She's going to have him in such a way after they get married. I want him to say no so bad. I hope that he, like, just thinks back upon everything that he's been through. I don't care if he thinks he wants to be with Jess or what it is that tears him away from this girl. But I hope that he has the foresight to see that this is going to be misery for him if he says yes to her.
If he doesn't see it, I guarantee you 3 months down the road, he's gonna know what a raw deal he got.
He could be calling up, what's his name, Trevor? Talking about, hey man, come get your girl.
Yeah, I really thought when he saw Jess, I really thought he was gonna Bartiz Chelsea. I really did. I thought he was going to let her know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that, hey, I made a mistake, and what are you doing tonight? I really did.
Yeah.
It is surprising to me that he's hanging in there, and he is trying as hard as he is. But that can only get you so far. And I understand, hey, crazy love got its appeal. You know what I mean? Crazy love is crazy love, and you can't let it go. Hey,
what?
Yeah. There's plenty of songs about crazy love.
See, now you got me thinking he's crazy because, yeah, I mean, maybe he is. Maybe he's so needs to be needed or needs to be wanted in that desperate, crazy type of way that she feeds his ego in a way that works for him somehow.
Hey, the Jackson 5 even said, "I never can say goodbye." That's crazy love, and so it is what it is. Now, if he stays in there, it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah,
it's only gonna get worse. And so she really does need a lot of counseling and therapy on the serious side.
She's gonna make him need counseling and therapy at the end of the day.
The longer he stays with her, without a doubt, he is gonna need some therapy. So it will it would benefit them both if they just said to each other, like, look, this is not it. We're going to end up really damaging each other, and so let's just call this thing, a loss about now before it gets really bad, because I can really see that one getting volatile.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then she'll be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." It'll just be like a real cycle of abuse, a physical one at some point. It's heading in that direction, potentially. Only other couple we have is Amy and Johnny, and they seem to be pretty smooth sailing. I don't have a lot about them. I thought it was interesting how they had to pursue that whole birth control conversation, but that seems like the only hiccup that they had. And when she said he could have a vasectomy, I'm like, what? Like, that's not like taking a pill, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm all about. I get not putting hormones in your body.
Mhm.
I'm not really for that either. I understand, but she has other options. I don't know how much research they did or what kind of gynecologist maybe she spoke to or whatever, but there are options that are not birth control that are pretty safe. So if that's not her method that she wants to pursue, I would encourage her to look at other options.
Why did I can't remember why don't they want to have kids? I mean, is what
They
did
don't want to
say?
have kids right now.
Oh,
I
okay.
think she was like, I'm okay. Like if we do, we do. Like if it
Uh-huh.
happens. He is like, I'm not ready. Like not financially where he wants to be. Like he needs some more time. So he felt like it would be problematic if they got pregnant right away.
Oh, brother, let me tell you, you never financially
He won't.
ready,
He won't
you know?
be. But he's 27, I think.
Yeah.
So he's thinking like, this is too early, and
Yeah.
it probably is. Honestly, if you have an opportunity, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time single, not single, but enjoy your time just as a couple without adding in the, very lovely blessings, but complications to say traveling or just alone time, date night, all of that stuff. Then you got to factor in babysitters and all of that stuff. So as I say that, I'm looking down at our baby. You can't even shoot videos by yourself.
No.
So yeah, I get it. I think he truly doesn't even want to use condoms either, which I understand. I feel like most men feel like if they're married, they shouldn't
Especially
have
in a
to.
marriage, yeah, I get
But
it.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Got to do something.
You have to do something. This is true. I don't have any suggestions for them, but they're gonna keep talking about it. They'll find something that works for them.
Yeah.
You know.
I wouldn't want that to be the hindrance to their marriage. And now that she's considering birth control, I think that they'll be good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as long as it doesn't, I guess, kind of alter her, as far as making her feel sick or anything like that. I suppose, So, hope it works out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're definitely the strongest couple from this season.
Yeah, you're not seeing the drama. You're not seeing a third wheel, where somebody was part of a love triangle, not from either of them. And I think that helps. And then you're not seeing character traits that are like red flags from either one of them.
This is true.
And in every other relationship that was present,
Yeah.
either a love triangle or a red flag or both. So
Yeah. And I think, are they the youngest? Are they the youngest?
y'all gonna have to answer that for me.
Yeah.
If they are, it's not by much. I mean, they're both like 27, I believe.
Okay.
They
All right.
are.
All right. Yeah, well, hey, you know what? As my mom would probably say, I tip my hat to them for being 27 and being the strongest couple in this environment, because it can't be easy. Because we definitely see so many of these couples crash and burn, but they have been, it seems like, getting stronger every day. So they're doing something right. I hope they continue.
Yeah. That's the last thing I want to ask you before we let you guys go. Remember when Jimmy, he asked Chelsea, I think he asked her, who was the strongest couple, or maybe she just volunteered that information and she said it was Amy and Johnny, which is obviously true.
Yes.
And he acted like he was not thrilled that she said that. Do you think he was just being facetious, or like, what? Obviously, they're a better couple than the two of them in their tumultuous situation, right? Or was he just doing that because she gives him so much trouble with stuff, or did he actually feel a type of way?
To be honest with you, I think he had just gotten through talking to Jess, and I think he was contemplating, how do I get out of this? How do I break up with this crazy girl?
So he was trying to pick a fight. Is what you're saying?
I don't know if he was trying to pick a fight so much, but I think that discussion with Jess threw him for a loop. and I don't think he knew what. I don't even think he knew what time of day or night it was. I don't think he probably even knew his first name. And so, I'm gonna give him a break on him thinking that him and Chelsea are the strongest couple. There's no way.
I don't think. Okay, so y'all let me know. Please do chime in on this point. I feel like I don't know what he felt about his Jessica situation, but I feel like when somebody is always like giving you a hassle about where y'all are in your relationship, oh, you're not hugging me enough or this enough and blah, 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 blah. I think sometimes when the other person gets a chance to like throw that insecurity, even if he really didn't feel insecure about it, back at the other person just so they can get a little bit of a feel of what they've been putting them through, I think he might have been seizing on that opportunity where, oh, look, you hurt my feelings. You don't think we're the strongest couple? Because just think about it. If he had said that, if she asked him who the strongest couple was, and he was like, obviously Amy and Johnny, then she would have probably had a meltdown. And when they went back to their living space or whatever, then I feel like it would have been a big deal of, how could he say that? And they're doing so good. And we just had one small argument. You know what I mean? I feel like she would have blown it out of proportion and made it a point for her to be wronged, for her to have been wronged by him. And for him to be very contrite and apologetic, because after all, he should feel terrible for having said that. That's what I think she would have done. And so I think he was just giving her a little bit of a taste of what.
So?
That's what I think.
That requires an awful lot of forethought, I think.
No, it's just an opportunity to seize upon.
I don't see.
Maybe that's just a woman thing. I think we can think quicker.
Yeah, I don't see Jimmy being that smart. And so no, I can't give him that type of I don't even know if we want to call it a benefit.
Credit.
Yeah, but no, I don't think so. I truly think after speaking with Jess, he was just discombobulated. I think he was off his game.
You might be right. I mean, you're certainly speaking from a male perspective, and I'm speaking from the woman's perspective. I could see, if I were in his shoes, that I would have hit her with that to try to give her a little taste of what she's been dosing out.
Yeah. I don't see. I don't think we do that. I've really never seen a man say, she's insecure, so I'm going to give her insecurity back at her.
I feel like I have experienced something similar, not necessarily in an insecure fashion, but just in some ways where someone is trying to like kick back at me what I've given, and it's like, but I can take whatever I dish out. So.
Y'all hear that? Tape. Okay.
Can I not?
Oh my goodness, we are not going to discuss this now.
Anyway, guys, with that, I think we've covered all the couples. I'm curious about you guys' predictions. I will just go through quickly and say with Amy and Johnny, I'm giving them a yes. With Clay and AD, I'm giving them a yes.
A yes and a no.
With Chelsea and Jimmy, I am hoping for a no from Jimmy. I think that Chelsea is going to say yes, although they left us with a cliffhanger, right? Where she hasn't said where she's going to fall on decision day or whatever, so to speak. So
giving them a hell no.
You think Jimmy's going to say no? I don't think she's going to say no.
If he has any intelligence at all, he's going to say no. I don't see him dribbling over himself, drooling over himself. I think he can drive a car, operate a smartphone. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he's going to say no.
I am hoping for a no, but I can feel a yes coming on. I hate to say it. I'm hoping so hard against that. And obviously, Laura and Jeremy are not going to the altar, so that's all we got.
All right. Well, we're going to find out very shortly, aren't we?
Yep, guys. So like, share, and subscribe. Please drop those comments below, and we will talk to you all soon.